This video is on SQL injection, and I am going to tell you what is SQL injection, how to find it and exploit it, how to mitigate it. Let's go with practical. Let us understand with examples. Suppose this is a website. I am clicking on food and drinks. Whenever I click on food and drinks, it has to shortlist or give all the items of foods and drinks category. So application request in SQL format like this, selecting all elements from products table under the column gifts. So if we tamper, when we tamper this query, we can perform SQL injection. So again a new question, how can we modify the request, how we can get the data. So let's see those things also. Initially if I get the hidden data, there is one type of an injection. This is the basic SQL syntax. Let's see with an example to get more understanding. For example, shortlisting food and product items, I get 3 items. Suppose I like to perform any logical operations using and or keywords. If I am succeeded, I can get hidden data. Let's see those things also. 0 1 no, not succeeded. Let me comment out further statements if any exist. Let's comment out all the things after the food and drinks category. Yeah, I got one more product item which was hidden. So now I came to a conclusion that there is an SQL vulnerability here. As there is a chance to perform an injection, in that select statement they used a logical condition. So what if I make the select statement consider a logical condition which is always true? Let me write an injection. See, one is always true. So I got few more products from this statement. Another type of attack is using union keyword, whereas union is a keyword used to combine two select statements. So with the help of union keyword, we can get the data from another table also, which was not intended by actual query, but we can get that thing. So in order to make a successful union attack, you have to consider one more thing. Both select statements combined by the union keyword must contain equal number of columns, and data returned by the select statements must be same. Then only you can make the union attack successful. So you may ask, how can I know the number of columns exist in the earlier select statement? So we can guess number of columns, or we can get number of columns used in a select statement in few methods. Let's see them. One way is by using order by keyword. So here what happened, the contents which are displayed in the response are shortlisted with reference to the number 1 column. So again we can shortlist according to the number 2 column, again with number 3 column, again with number 4, such as there are n number of columns, we can shortlist with n number of nth number column. So if there is no column exists, it throws an error, means it cannot shortlist with that column matching number. So we can know that there is no column with that number, so we can know that number of columns exist. This is another approach to find number of columns using union keyword. As I said earlier, both select statements combined by the union must contain equal number of columns. So in the second select statement, I am using null keyword as one of the parameter column value to find. So now the query was successful, so I can say that initial select statement also contains 3 number of columns. Next one is finding the details about the database they are using. So if you find the database version or the product they are using to maintain the database, so you can easily exploit them. For example, they are using Oracle database, there is a default table called dual, so you can exploit using that table. Or if you find any version or older, they are using any older version, so you can use some tools to exploit the database easily. So how can you find the databases they are using? Simply by passing select statements. There are few default syntaxes. If you pass those things, you can get them. Next one is blind SQL injection. Until now you have seen the responses of your queries on the web application. When you are unable to see any responses on the web application, even it responding to the server or backend, but those results are unable to display on, unable to see on the application response, you can go with the blind SQL injection by observing few things. How we can do those things? Let's see. This is another vulnerable lab. So based on conditional responses, intercepting request using verb suit. So here I am modifying the cookie value just to check the response. As you can see that here home and my account options are available, but does not return welcome back as the cookie was corrupted. So I am injecting any payload on the cookie like as if with conditional statements. If I pass 1 equals to 1, it was true, so I can get successful result. If I pass, let me check with the default cookie value. As you can see that here welcome back message is here. So I am modifying with conditional response, which is false statement. So as I forward it, I didn't get any welcome back message. So let me check with the true statement, true conditional. As 1 equals to 1, I can get a successful welcome back message. But here I like to do some more things. I like to use a select statement, so it must return one value if the select statement was successful. So here in the select statement I am mentioning a table name, whereas I didn't know any table names exactly till now. So I like to brute force few names to check if that any table with that name is available or not, sending request to the intruder. So table name I am using limit keyword to check the number of rows contains in the table are greater than 1 or not. So if it has a table with a rows number of rows greater than 1, then I can get a successful confirmation message or the query was successful. So providing some table names like as users, administrator, admin, etc. So here I can see that there are two table names with user and user names. Sorry, with user and users, two tables are available. As they are succeeded, let me check with the request. This is passing user as a value. In the response I will check there is a welcome back message or not. Yeah, there is available. So there is a table called user is available. Let me check with the admin. Any table with that parameter available? No, welcome back was not displayed. Yeah, for welcome users table also exists. So I can say that there are two table names with user and users are available. So let me check those tables. So now I like to check which table contain administrator password. So I got two tables, user and users. So which one contain administrator as username? Let me check with the user table in the actual request, where username equals to administrator. Here I didn't see any welcome back message, so I like to now check for the users table. Does it contain administrator and password? So like to check first there is a username called administrator or not under the users table. Here you can see the welcome back message, so I can confirm that there is a table called users and which contains username administrator. So in the table for the username I like to check for the password. Here again you can go many ways to find the password. As earlier you find the table name using brute force, you can find the password also brute force, but I don't know how much time it will take, and so I like to go with a different approach. So first of all I find the length of the password. So if it is greater than 1, this else statement will be true. So I like to follow that approach. So let me check. Yeah, here a welcome back message, I get that. So the password length is greater than 1. You know that thing. So I like to repeat the same request like as greater than 2, 3, 4, etc. until I didn't see the welcome back message. So instead of checking repeatedly from the browser, I like to send this request to the intruder and check further. So number 2, like to send it to the intruders. Payload pointed to so I like to check if the length is greater than up to 25 or not. Instead of checking greater than value, I like to just check if directly length is equals to 25 or any value. I can say that the length of the password is 20, so there are 20 characters. So password length is 20. Let me check welcome back message available. Yeah, available. So the password length is 20. So the password contains 20 characters. So I don't know which type of characters they are, numbers, alphabets or symbols, I don't know anything. So if I go for a brute force with a length of 20 characters, it will take too much of time. So I like to follow different approach. There is a function called substring. So with the help of that I like to extract characters of the password. So substring password, sorry, substring password on initial position with a length of 1. So it was checking just only first value. On payload position, brute forcing with the character values. So I am checking small alphabets, capital alphabets, and numbers from 0 to 9. Here the attack is completed. So you can see that there is a value called G. Initial character of the password is G. So I like to repeat the same procedure for the second character. Here I can say that the second character is x, small x. So first character is G, second character is X. So I'm doing the third for the third character. So I can do the same approach third, fourth, fifth characters, etc. So I'm just brute forcing that position also in order to repeat the same procedure manually. And in the responses I'm checking welcome back is available or not. So according to the welcome back message I'm shortlisting the request. Here you can see that on first position it's G, on 10th position it's Q, and 11th position it's on 7. So by combining all these things I can write a password. Second position Z, first position G. Yeah. So now I got password, so I like to log in with these credentials as administrator, username and password is obtained earlier. So my account, administrator. Yeah, I got successfully logged, so I found out the password. So this is the blind SQL injection vulnerability. So how can we protect a website from these SQL injections? Those things are comes under mitigation. Primary thing is you can filter the user input, just blocking the special keywords like as version, dual or default table names, or simply you can use only preferred statements. You have to pass those statements also. Other than those things you cannot pass any other statements. That's the best approach for me.